Hi, it's Clair Taylor from Mouse Training here. In this video, we're going to see waterfall charts. These are data visualizations that help us explain the change and reveal the story behind the net change in something's value between 2 points. As usual, it all starts with some numbers on an Excel worksheet, with a start and an end point. What I want to do is show the journey from the start point to the end point on my chart, and the effect of each change. Let's get to work. We'll do an easy version first. I'll do this one on my Mac, and then I'll switch over to Excel for Windows. It's pretty much the same, but with a few minor differences. I want to show the movement in my workforce headcount from one year to the next. It starts at 30 and ends with 36. So, is that 6 new joiners? Or is there more to the story? To create the waterfall chart, enter your data as positive and negative numbers, then select the cells with the descriptions and your numbers. Click the Insert tab and look for the Charts group. And then spot the waterfall chart. Here it is. Click the control and your chart is plotted. But it's not finished yet. Excel has classified all your positive values as increases, and all your negative numbers as decreases. We need to define which data points are the totals. Usually, there's only 2. One at the beginning, and one at the end. But there could be intermediate totals as well. Let's set both the starting point and ending point as totals. Click the first column. That selects the entire data series. Then click the column again, and the other columns are grayed out. Now, right-click and choose Set as Total from the shortcut menu. Then, repeat the process for the last column. You will see the chart is plotted correctly, clearly showing the start point, the end point, and the positive and negative components of the change between the two. Waterfall charts are quite easy to do, but you've always have to do the bit where you specify which values are totals, even if you have formulas in the cells. The next tricky bit is formatting the chart. In particular, changing the colors of the increases, decreases and totals columns. But, don't worry, it's quite easy to do once you've seen it. Let's take a look. As you can see, I've widened the chart area to show the axis labels better, and I now want to change the color formatting. I want to apply a conventional color scheme for my waterfall. Green columns for increases, red columns for decreases, and blue for totals. You'll recall that the chart only has one series. When you click a column, all the columns are selected. So, how do you change the color of just the increases? The answer is to use the legend. I intend to delete the legend when I'm finished, because I don't think it really adds much to the chart. But we'll keep it for the time being. Let's format the increases to green. Click the legend. Then click the legend item for increases. Now, here's the important bit, display the Format pane for the chart. Click the Format tab. And then the Format pane control way over on the right-hand side. That's it. Now, open up the Fill section. Choose Solid Fill, and set the color to green. That's done. Repeat the process for the decreases, setting them to red. And finally, do the totals to blue. See, it's easy when you know how. We're all done with the colors. I just need to tidy up the presentation. Close the format pane. Click and right-click to delete the legend. Click and right-click again to delete the grid lines. And, finally, change the title to Headcount. There's my beautiful waterfall chart, clearly explaining the changes of how I went from a headcount of 30 to 36. Fantastic! Apple Mac fans, look away now. I'm switching over to Excel for Windows. Here we go. That was quick. Here's my worksheet open in Excel, and I'll repeat the process of plotting and formatting my waterfall chart. So, it's select the cells. Then, click the Insert tab and spot the waterfall chart control. Here it is. Choose Waterfall. And there's the chart. I'll just drag to resize it. Set the start and end points as totals. I'll do the end point first. Click and then click again to select the element and then right-click and choose Set as Total. Then repeat this for the other total. Now, let's do the colors. Once again, using the legend. Click and then click again for the increases. Now, here's the twist, right-click and use the Fill control on the mini toolbar to set the columns to green. Repeat for the decreases column. This one is red. And, to finish up, click on the totals legend and set the color to blue. That was easy. Next, use the Chart Elements control, on the right, to turn off the grid lines and the legend. Job done. Don't forget to change the title to Headcount. As you can see, it's pretty much the same as the Mac. Maybe a wee bit easier? Let's do one more. In the final example today, we are going to have more than just 2 total columns. Today, I'm communing with the bean counters. They have to do a regular presentation, showing the company's financial performance. They've tried putting tables of numbers on slides, with fancy formatting. But it's no good. They might think it's exciting, but everyone else falls asleep. Let's help them out. I think this is a good candidate for a waterfall chart. There's 3 important figures that we need to emphasize: sales, gross profit and net income. Select the cells. Insert the waterfall chart. Let's resize it. That's better. Next, we'll do the totals. Sales, gross profit, and net income. Nice chart. Now, we'll do the color scheme. Of course, you can have any colors you like. But I shall stick to my familiar green, red and blue. All done. The final flourish is to turn off the legend, the grid lines, and, this time, I'll remove the title as well. It's going to go on a slide, and I prefer to use the slide title. I think this data visualization is a lot easier for people to consume than a table of numbers. And, of course, that's what charts are all about. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope I managed to give you a few ideas on using waterfall charts. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And click the subscribe button below. Do get in touch if you want any help with your Excel charts. Maybe you would like to arrange a training course for yourself or for some of your colleagues. Mouse Training is running a dedicated training course on presenting data using charts. Follow the link below to see the full course outline. If you need any further details, you're welcome to drop me a line or phone me on the number shown here. And, don't forget, we can always tailor any training course to suit your own specific requirements. And for now, it's a goodbye from me. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.